I am recording Saturday Shelfie Tour, so I wanted to do something different. Something that I've been watching YouTube and found out that there is a woman's award. It's called the Bailey's Women's Prize, and it is an international authors that are female, and they have won awards in the past. So I printed up the list of all the short lists. So there's 6 books on every year, and there's one winner out of the 6. So I printed up the whole list, and out of that list I have 132 books. I think that's what it says. I can't say it. Yes, I have 132 books in my TBR. However, I do not own all those books, so I have 7 books that I own that I'm going to share with you that I want to read. I already own them. And I have a unboxing coming next week from Book Outlet that had more books on that from the list. So here are my 7 books from my shelf that I already own that I like to read. So let's go and share with them. Okay, so these are all female authors, as I said, and they have all been on the Bailey's list, so short list. So here we go. The first book that I own that I'd like to read, I pulled them off my shelf. So here is this one. It's called Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. And it says entirely thrilling. So I really don't know what it's about. So let me see if I could share it with you. Read the back. So here we go. Okay, the back, this one. It says, what if you could live again and again until you got it right? On a cold and snowy night in 1910, Ursula Todd is born, the 3rd child of a wealthy English banker and his wife. She dies before she can draw her first breath. On that same cold and snowy night, Ursula Todd is born, lets out a lusty wail, and embarks upon a life that will be, to say the least, unusual. For as she grows, she also dies repeatedly in any number of ways. Ursula's world is in turmoil, and she faces the unspeakable evil of the greatest war in history. What power and force can one woman exert over the fate of civilization if only she has the chance? So, yeah, seems pretty interesting. And I've had this on my shelf for a long time, and it did win one of the awards. So that's the first book. Okay, the second book is called The Weight of Water by Anita Shreve. It says, engrossing, a haunting novel. So, yeah, she also wrote The Pilot's Wife, which I haven't read yet. So, let's see what it says on the back. I wonder this. If you take a woman and push her to the edge, how will she behave? The question is posed by Jean, a photographer who in 1995 arrives in Smutty Nose Island off the coast of Maine to research a century-old crime. As she immerses herself in the details of the case, an outburst of passion that resulted in the deaths of 2 women. Jean herself enters precarious emotional territory. The suspicion that her husband is having an affair burgeons into jealousy and distrust, and ultimately propels Jean to the verge of actions she had not known herself capable of. Actions with horrific consequences. Everywhere halted for its beauty and power, The Weight of Water takes us on an unforgettable journey through the farthest extremes of emotion. So, yeah, that seems pretty interesting. So that's the second book. Now, the third book is one that I've heard got mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think there's something in there that is traumatic. I think there's child abuse, and I do own the book, and I think I also have it on audiobook. So the book that I have here, and it's huge, it's this one. It's A Little Life by Hanya, and I'm not going to say her last name because I know I'm going to butcher it. Anyway, I know that this one has mixed views on Goodreads, and some people like it and some people don't. Let's see what they said on the back of this book. Okay. A remarkable and epic study of trauma and friendship written with such intelligence and depth of perception that it will be one of the benchmarks against which all other novels that broach those subjects, and they are legend, will be measured. A Little Life announces as a major American novelist. So A Little Life follows 4 college classmates, broke adrift and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition, as they move to New York in search of fame and fortune, while their relationships, which are tinged by addiction, success, and pride, deepen over the decades. The men are held together by their devotion to the brilliant and enigmatic Jude, a man scared by an unbreakable childhood trauma. A hymn to brotherly bonds and a masterful depiction of love in the 21st century. Hanya's stunning novel is about the families we are born into and those that we make for ourselves. So, yeah, I know that there's traumatic stuff in this book. So, yeah, so trigger warnings. Okay, the next book is also going to be a movie, and I want to read this one very shortly, and this will be the first one I read probably, and this one is this one, Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I heard amazing things about this one. I know the movie is coming out this year, so I want to read it before I see the movie, and I really don't know what it's about, so let's see what it says on the back. Okay, it's a comedy of matters. When 15-year-old B claims a family trip to Antarctica as a reward for perfect grades, her fiercely intelligent but agoraphobic mother, I don't know how to say that word. Anyway, mother, Bernadette, throws herself into preparations for the trip, worn down by years of trying to live the Seattle life she never wanted. Bernadette is on the brink of a meltdown. A disaster follows disaster. She disappears, leaving her family to pick up the pieces, which is exactly what B does, weaving together emails, invoices, and school memos to reveal the secret past that Bernadette has been hiding for decades. Where'd You Go, Bernadette is an ingeniously entertaining novel about a family coming to terms with who they are and the power of a daughter's love for their imperfect mother. So, yeah. So, I want to read this one really soon because the movie's coming out and I want to see it. So, that's that one. The next book is Americana by, and I'm not saying her name. I'm sorry, because I know I'm going to butcher it. Dazzling, funny, and defiant, and simultaneously so wise and brilliant. So, yeah, a very funny, very warm and moving intergenerational epic that confirms veracity. I don't know. Some of these words I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. Okay. Even these people's names, I can't. Ifmeli and Obinez, sorry I did not pronounce them correctly, are young and in love when they depart military-ruled Nigeria for the West. Beautiful, self-assured Ifmeli heads for America, which, despite her academic success, she is forced to grapple with what it means to be black for the first time. Quiet, thoughtful Albanese had hoped to join her, but with post 9/11 America close to him, he instead plunges into a dangerous, undocumented life in London. At once powerful and tender, Americana is a remarkable novel of race, love, and identity by the award-winning writer, and I'm not saying her name. Okay, so that's this one. Okay, 2 more to go. The next one is Stay With Me by, and I'm not saying their name. I can't pronounce it, so sorry. But this book is really amazing. Look, it's yellow. So, yeah. Anyway, this one is a colorful, vibrant, energetic, a stunning tale of what happens when societal expectations collide with reality. She is extremely talented and a sensitive writer, fantastic, a compulsive read, just brilliant. She is an astounding story writer, an exciting addition to the emerging voices of African writing. Just when I thought I knew where the story was going, suddenly I was left wondering all over again. She definitely owes me several hours of sleep. So, yeah, so that's that one. And the last book I have is one of my Book of the Month clubs that I've bought. And the book is The Power by Naomi Alderman. Now, I bought this book because it has Naomi's name on it. Anyway, I have no idea what the book's about. So I think I'm going to read the inside because everybody said the inside because there's nothing on the back of this book. Okay. So the inside of this book, let's see. It says a fierce new power has emerged and only women have it. In the power, the world is a recognizable place. There's a rich Nigerian boy who lounges around the family pool, a foster kid whose religious parents hide their true nature, an ambitious American politician, a rough London girl with a tricky family. But then a vital new force takes root and flourishes, causing their lives to converge with devastating effect. Teenage girls and women now have immense physical power. With a flick of their fingers, they can cause agonizing pain and even death. And with this small twist of nature, everything changes drastically. And that's all it says inside. So, yeah, that seems pretty interesting. And what does it say here? I have the bookmark that comes with the book, and it says, what if women could inflict pain? What if we could harness our inner strengths and power to physically manifest itself in the world? Naomi Alderman knows the answer to these questions, and after reading The Power, you will too. So, yeah. So those are the books that I own already on my TBR that I want to read. So I will definitely be reading Where We Go, Bernadette very soon. So if anybody wants to read along with me, I mean, not in April, but sometime soon. So yeah, so yeah, stay tuned. This week I will have a book outlet haul with books that I purchased from Book Outlet that were on the Bailey's Women's list. So I should have a nice collection to choose from. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.